Hi, my name is Guillaume and I'm half Belgium, half Spanish, and this is my Nuin London story. I chose London because it was a good compromise for me. I thought it might be better to start with a nice transition in order to make this culture shock less violent once I would go to Boston. I did not have a pre-made idea of how London was going to be. In all honesty, I was never impatient to go to university. I knew it would come one day, but I never thought about it in advance. So when I arrived, I did not expect anything and I just went with the flow. Now when I first arrived, I realized nightlife would be a pretty big part of it. I had not thought about all the changes in laws for American. By that I of course referred to the drinking age. So I quickly discovered that there were two different mentalities and that I would have to adapt. I quickly got to meet a lot of new people. I first met my roommates. They were really nice. It was Anthony from Boston, Alex from LA, and John is one of those people that is kind of from all over the place, so I didn't know really how to put him. We're a pretty interesting mix, I would say. We're from all over the place and are pretty different in the way we manage our lives, but somehow we did a fairly good job at living with each other. We're a 7A, the loud room of our residence, and my experience in London would not have been the same without that. Another aspect of living by yourself is that you have to deal with everything at the same time. Everything being work, cooking, cleaning, being social, and have time for yourself. It's a lot of things to take care of. In order to succeed all these tasks, I had to develop or redevelop my self-discipline that I had lost during summer. London is huge. Even though I often went for walks and random trips in London, I still don't know most of it. All public transport were pretty easy to figure out, and all the indications needed were clear and easy to find. The tube is way faster, I'll agree, but the bus allowed me to see the city on the surface and get a global image of it. Another big part of the program is the service learning. I was in the Living Well service. I first got told it would be helping teenagers with HIV, and I was impatient to start because I didn't really know how we could help them, so I was curious to discover it. It ended up not being about teenagers with HIV, but about promoting a mobile sexual advice service called TextMate. Yep, you heard me well, sexual advice. It ended up being a lot of fun, but lots of rejection from strangers. It was really interesting to be the one promoting something in the street rather than being one being approached by a stranger promoting something. This experience wouldn't have been the same without the people that I met there. Two of my closest friends here are Alex
Hola.
and Hayes.
Bonjour.
Alex being my roommate, we got to share a lot of experience. Some of them that I would rather have kept for myself, but hey, that's what happens when you share a room. Hayes is like the fifth roommate, always in our room. We are an interesting trio, as you can see. We're pretty different since we come from different places. We spent our midterm break together, and because it was their first time in Europe, I got to show them bits of my world. All the trip I've done with them were some of the most funny, interesting, and original trips in my life so far. London is expensive and so are the gym, so I chose to run. I often did it with Michaela, my running and service learning partner. It was a true release to find someone to get a break from the little Metrogate world that could sometimes be overwhelming. I could spend a lot of time describing all my friends here, but I think the main point to take out of this is that I learned to appreciate people that I would not have even considered as friends before coming here. Long story short, my London experience was interesting, but I can't wait to leave and experience something else. I know I'd be able to survive, but I was miles away from imagining how it actually turns out.
Buffalo soldier in the heart of America.